there is called shitty values. Okay, I apologize. I think I'll just clean the lens of my camera just in case if it can improve the quality. This. No, it was good, I think. So, shitty values. There are a handful of common values that create really poor problems for people, problems that can hardly be solved. So let's go over some of them quickly. 1. Pleasure. Oh, pleasure is great, but it's a horrible value to prioritize your life around. Well, last time I analyzed myself, my feeling was, my conclusion was that value is my value. Yeah, pleasure is my value. Mm, I want to feel good, through different ways. Uh, Tasty food, interesting books and discussions. You know, all of that is for obtaining pleasure, yeah, the joy of discovering. There is some, sort of pleasure in it. Okay, let's see why he says that it's a horrible value. Ask any drug addict how his pursuit of pleasure turned out. Well, not a very convincing one, honestly. Ask an adulterer who shattered her family and lost her children whether pleasure ultimately made her happy. Well, no, no. I completely disagree because he seems to be defining pleasure in a very narrow way. Uh, long-term pleasure also is pleasure, like when you work on something for a long time and you know that you will achieve some results. Uh-uh. Ask a man who almost ate himself to death how pleasure helped him solve his problems. No, people also eat because of emotional issues, because of some fears, the emotional eating. So any businessman or person who overeats is not because they seek value, from eating. They seek pleasure out of eating. Sometimes it's just you're nervous, you're anxious, you have some issues, you don't know how to deal with some problems. That's why you eat. That's why you overeat. Yeah? So, hi, Faye. Yo. So, I disagree on this one. Pleasure is a false god. Well, I'm an atheist, so research shows that people who focus their energy on superficial pleasures, see, superficial pleasures, that's the key. So I invite you everyone to send likes my way, okay? 9 people are watching right now, so if you enjoy me reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, please support me with likes, with super likes, paid membership, and stuff. Also, give me your opinion. What do you think? Do you agree with the author that pleasure is bad? But okay, here he pinpointed one specific type of pleasure, superficial pleasure. Okay, with that I can agree. Thank you to the one person who gave me the like. Others, I invite you to follow his example. Uh, Hi, I was first your first likes. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Sending you heart, half a heart with my one hand. Thank you. Thanks a lot, James. Oh yes, 2 more likes. Awesome. Good. Thank you. All right. So, research shows that people who focus their energy on superficial pleasures end up more anxious, more emotionally unstable, and more depressed. Pleasure is the most superficial form of life satisfaction and therefore the easiest to obtain and the easiest to lose. Still, I'm not buying it. We'll read a little more. Liked to. Thank you, Faye. Thank you so much. You liked to. Nice to hear that. So again, I will analyze. I'll do my own analysis, and I invite you guys to do your own analysis so that we get most out of this book. Yeah, instead of just reading and passing on, let's uh, get some introspection going on, look inside and obtain more value. Okay. Brother, tell us about Jesus. Dion, well, maybe one day I could, but again, I'm atheist. I don't believe in any supernatural beings. So yeah, I could give you my opinion, my perspective on Jesus, but I'm not sure if you will share all of it. Okay, so okay, now I'll do my own analysis. Pleasure. Let's see if I get to the same point today or not. So who am I? That's the most important question for me. Who am I? Yeah. Okay. I am life. I am an expression of life. I am being. Yeah. Just like in the Bible, it says, "I am that I am." Yeah. Or some people would say, "I am what I am." And Diana Ross, yes, she has this song. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So being, that's the core of my identity, of my essence. This being, this energy, we could maybe call it quantum field, or at least something that comes out of quantum field or quantum foam, expresses itself through different ways, through different forms, just like water can be ice and vapor and liquids, and there's the fourth state of water in space. Yeah. So life expresses itself in a myriad of ways as individual human beings. So even my mind, yeah, is another form of all those things are tools. Again, the word organ means tool in ancient Greek, organon, that means tool. So all my organs, my lungs, my heart, my brain, and my mind, all those are tools for me to experience life, to understand life, to maintain my life, and to innovate, yeah, to create. So why am I doing all of this as life, as the flow of life, as the energy? Because I want to experience, I want to discover, I want to create, because there is joy in transformation. Maybe we could say joy also in being. There is joy in being and joy in transforming yourself, in playing, in inventing. Yeah. So, in this context, joy and pleasure are synonymous for me. So that's why I say that pleasure or joy, yeah, are my is my core value. So this is my analysis. Again, I come to the same point that pleasure, not just short-term pleasure, short-term and long-term pleasure. Yes, joy and happiness, that's my core value. Why do I want to work? Why do I want to learn things? Why do I make these lives? And why do I want to get more views, more likes, more comments, and earn more through YouTube? Yeah, to enjoy life, to have fun. Hi, Solution 3. Hello. So, again, this is my analysis. I invite you guys to do your own analysis. You can comment, take the time, think through, and tell me your answer can be totally different from mine. Yeah. The most important thing is to analyze profoundly, you see. Okay, let's continue. And yet, pleasure is what's marketed to us 24/7. It's what we fixate on, it's what we use to numb and distract ourselves. But pleasure, while necessary in life, in certain doses, isn't by itself sufficient. Maybe I understand what he means. Again, me as a being and as being without, yeah, just as being, I'm interested in pleasure in all those experience, tasty food, nice sexual adventures, learning new skills, etc., etc. Because I want to get joy. So I want to also know myself. You know, self knowledge could be also one of those things that are important to me. When I read something interesting and I go, ah, that's so interesting. Yeah. So that's why I do. So maybe apart from pleasure, there is something deeper, like self-knowledge. Yeah, I want to do these things to know learning per se and knowing myself. Will I like it or not? Will this taste good or not? Yeah, so knowing, learning. Maybe that's also deeper, and maybe this analysis helped me get there. Hmm. So sometimes I do things because I want to learn. I want to experience and I want to learn to know myself, my interests, my limits. Okay, so see, I got to a deeper place through this analysis. That's why I invite you to do the same. You can pause this video later, take your time and write a comment. Or see, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking. I'm doing this out loud. So you should materialize that in some way. Just speak it or write a comment so that you do your analysis, not just in your head, but also, in this reality. And it will help you. Speaking or writing will help you um, mm, concretize things, you know? Okay. Pleasure is not the cause of happiness. Rather, it is the effect. Okay, I could agree on that. If you get the other stuff right, the other values and metrics, then pleasure will naturally occur as a byproduct. Oh, that's an interesting point. I can agree on that. Yeah. For instance, maybe I work hard, I learn to play some tune on the piano, and it works well. During the process already I can be like, that sounds good, I like it, I like how I'm doing it. And then also at the end, oh, I did it without a single mistake, it was good, it sounded great. Then yes, pleasure comes as an outcome, or yeah, as a byproduct of my discipline, of my conscious, consistent work, yeah, on something. So this point is valuable. Yeah, pleasure can be a byproduct of something else. Yeah. So again, I'll read this passage for you again. Pleasure is not the cause of happiness. Rather, it is the effect. If you get the other stuff right, the other values and metrics, then pleasure will naturally occur as a byproduct. That's interesting. Hmm. So, and I learned that I want to do things because I want to learn, I want to feel good, I want to experience joy. Well, I want pleasure also. Still, pleasure is also part of that. I could agree that in some cases, pleasure can be the byproduct. Yeah. Hmm. Second shitty value, as he puts it, material success. Many people measure their self worth based on how much money they make, or what kind of car they drive, or whether their front lawn is greener and prettier than the next door neighbor's. Well, material success doesn't have to mean you need to compare yourself to others. No, I want material success for myself, but it doesn't mean I'm going to look at my neighbor's stuff. So, no, I'm not buying this one, this point. Research shows that once one is available to provide for basic physical needs, food, shelter, and so on, the correlation between happiness and worldly success quickly approaches zero. So, if you're starving and living on the street in the middle of India, an extra $10,000 a year would affect your happiness a lot. But if you're sitting pretty in the middle class in a developed country, an extra $10,000 per year won't affect anything much. Meaning that you're killing yourself working overtime and weekends for basically nothing. Okay, I get this point overall. The other issue with overvaluing material success is the danger of prioritizing it over other values, such as honesty, nonviolence, and compassion. Mhm. When people measure themselves not by their behavior, but by the status symbols they are able to collect, then not only are they shallow, but they are probably assholes as well. I could agree with this. Yeah, for me, non-violence, again, it is contextual, you know. In some cases, and how it is defined, if you're a soldier or if you're a Ukrainian whose country is being destroyed by a Nazi neighbor, then you should be violent with the perpetrators. Uh, Maybe they define non-violence in a different way. That also depends on the definition of non-violence. What I'm saying, just like in objectivism or honesty. Suppose I'm in a Muslim country, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Palestine, West Bank, more specifically, and they ask me, "Are you gay?" And I know that they kill gays in those countries. Shall I just say, "Yes, I am"? Shall I be honest? I'm not sure. Hmm? I must say, I don't want to talk about my sexuality, at least. Yeah. So, honesty, nonviolence, and compassion. Well, compassion as well. Sometimes when I see someone who suffers with cancer and I don't know the person, I ask myself, is this person racist, homophobic, xenophobic? Uh, if they are, then I wouldn't like to support them. I wouldn't like to show my compassion to those who don't deserve my compassion. This is why I love the philosophy of objectivism, because it says that the only absolute is reason. So it means you need to always make your own analysis, and all the other values are more contextual. Like, for instance, life. Life is the highest value. Yeah. Let's take the witnesses, the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, they don't take the arms into their hands because they don't believe in killing. Again, suppose you're a Ukrainian Jehovah's Witness and the Russian Nazi killer is standing in front of you. Or you're at a restaurant. This is the example I invented. I also wrote it in my book, in my autobiography. I call it the Akbar restaurant conundrum. Yeah, let's call it that way. Conundrum, like problem. Suppose you're at a restaurant. Everyone you love is in that room, and then someone enters, and you know that someone is a terrorist, a Muslim terrorist, who is going to say that formula, yeah, Allah Akbar, and blow himself up and kill everyone. You, your family members, relatives, maybe some rock star or any star celebrity whom you love is also there celebrating your birthday. And so, what will be your choice? If you say life is the highest value of all, I am not ready to kill anyone, I'm non violent, then that Allah Akbar person is going to take their own life and also the life of everyone, yours, your relatives, your top celebrity, blah, blah, blah. So, what will be your choice? Mine will be, and you are the only person who has a gun in this Akbar restaurant conundrum, okay? Will you shoot the person or not? Guys, those who are watching, you can leave your own answers. Will you shoot or you will not shoot that person? And to make the problem even worse for you, yeah, this logical, this theoretical problem. Suppose the person, maybe you're pro-Palestinian, and the person is also Palestinian, and maybe he is, suppose, 15 years old, you know, but he is there to make his Allah Akbar, you know. So what will you do? So values, yes. The only absolute is reason, as I say, for me, and honesty, non-violence, compassion, life. These values are important in context where the other person is also sharing them with you. That's what my point is. Okay. Right. So the first shitty value, according to Mark, yeah, is pleasure. The second shitty value is material success. And now the third one is always being right. Okay. Our brains are inefficient machines. We consistently make poor assumptions, misjudge probabilities, misremember facts, give in to cognitive biases, and make decisions based on our emotional whims. As humans, we're wrong pretty much constantly. So, if metric for life success is to be right, well, you're going to have a difficult time rationalizing all of the bullshit to yourself. The fact is, people who base their self worth on being right about everything prevent themselves from learning from their mistakes. Yeah, agree. They lack the ability to take on new perspectives and emphasize with others. They close themselves off to new and important information. It's far more helpful to assume that you're ignorant and don't know a whole lot. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This keeps you unattached to superstitious or poorly informed beliefs and promotes a constant state of learning and growth. I agree with him on this, yes. And before moving on, maybe I could remind you the famous um, motto or mantra of Socrates, who was considered the smartest person ever alive. He went to the oracle in ancient Greece. These were the like fortune tellers, something like that. And the oracle said, "You are the smartest person living on this planet." So, and Socrates has this interesting phrase. He says, "I know one thing, that I don't know anything." You know, if we think logically, well, if you know one thing at least, it means you cannot say you know nothing, logically speaking. Yeah, because I also teach logic, you know, the laws of logic. I'm making this new lesson on my website, New Intellectuals. So that's why. But you know, if we put that scrutiny aside, overall, yes, there are many things we don't know. And you know, science is also about inventing knowledge. It's not just discovering, it's also inventing stuff, you know? So I totally agree on this one. Fourth shitty value is staying positive. Okay, this is interesting. Then there are those who measure their lives by the ability to be positive about, well, pretty much everything. Lost your job? Great. That's an opportunity to explore your passions. Husband cheated on you with your sister? Well, at least you're learning what you really mean to the people around you. Child dying of throat cancer? At least you don't have to pay for. Oh my god, this is so black. Oh, oh, this is so dark. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm uncomfortable reading this, but okay. Again, child dying of throat cancer, at least you don't have to pay for college anymore. Woo! Hey, that's dark. Oh my god. While there is something to be said for staying on the sunny side of life, the truth is sometimes life sucks, and the healthiest thing you can do is admit it. Yeah, it's rational, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Denying negative emotions leads to experiencing deeper and more prolonged negative emotions and to emotional dysfunction. Yeah. Constant positivity is a form of avoidance. Yeah. Not a valid solution to life's problems. Problems which, by the way, if you're choosing the right values and metrics, should be invigorating you and motivating you. Oh, that's a healthy attitude. It's simple, really. Things go wrong, people upset us, accidents happen. These things make us feel like shit. And that's fine. Negative emotions are a necessary component of emotional health. To deny that negativity is to perpetuate problems rather than solve them. Okay? The trick with negative emotions is to 1. Express them in a socially acceptable and healthy manner, and 2. Express them in a way that aligns with your values. Simple example. A value of mine is nonviolence. Therefore, when I get mad at somebody, I express that anger, but I also make a point of not punching them in the face. Oh, okay, okay. Radical idea, I know. But the anger is not the problem. Anger is natural. Anger is a part of life. Anger is arguably quite healthy in many situations. Remember, emotions are just feedback. See, it's the punching people in the face that's the problem, not the anger. The anger is merely the messenger for my free fist in your face. Don't blame the messenger. Blame my fists or your face. Well, his humor. That's something. When we force ourselves to stay positive at all times, we deny the existence of our life's problems. And when we deny our problems, we rob ourselves of the chance to solve them and generate happiness. Problems add a sense of meaning and importance to our life. Thus, to duck our problems is to lead a meaningless, even if supposedly pleasant, existence. In the long run, completing a marathon makes us happier than eating a chocolate cake. Yeah, but that's also a longer form of pleasure. It can be, for me, pleasure, you know, can also mean, okay, I have to take this course or obtain this credit or something, this diploma, in order to get more pleasure later in life, like good clients, maybe an intelligent uh, partner, you know, nice office, nice job. So that's, for me also forms of pleasure. Hello, Sean Liu. Remember me? Maybe I saw your nickname, Sean Liu, but as I don't know you in person and you have nothing basically on your profile, not yet. So it's okay. You can interact with me if you do it consistently, life after life. I will remember you more. Okay. Mhm. And I'm, with people's their names, faces. It's similar. I don't remember, many people at once. I need several interactions with them, maybe between 5 to 15, to remember their names and faces and stuff. And that's fine. Raising a child makes us happier than beating a video game. Starting a small business with friends while struggling to make ends meet makes us happier than buying a new computer. These activities are stressful, arduous, and often unpleasant. They also require withstanding problem after problem. Yet, they are some of the most meaningful moments and joyous things we'll ever do. Yeah, makes sense. They involve pain, struggle, even anger and despair. Yet once they're accomplished, we look back and get all misty eyed telling our grandkids about them. You post good videos. Thank you, Sean. Thanks a lot. So support my videos with likes with comments, with super likes, you can get a paid subscription on my page. Yeah. And that will give you access to my course introduction to, sorry, the title of the course is Introduction to Practical Philosophy. Yeah, I have those videos, but they are only for the paid members on YouTube. Okay, so you can support. It's I think it's just $2 or $3 per month, so nothing big. Yeah, as Freud once said, one day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Oh, what an interesting quote. Again, I'll read this again. This is very beautiful. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's so beautiful. Oh, this is one of those quotes that I have on my Facebook and other accounts. I post them. So beautiful. Okay, this is on page 85. I'd like to remember this and post it later. This is why these values, pleasure, material success, always being right, staying positive, are poor ideals for a person's life. Some of the greatest moments of one's life are not pleasant, not successful, not known, and not positive. Yeah. The point is to nail down some good values and metrics, and pleasure and success will naturally emerge as a result. These things are side effects of good values. By themselves, they are empty highs. Wow. Oh, this was one of the best chapters. Well, it's not a chapter, it's a subheading, yes, subchapter. Again, it's entitled Shitty Values. It starts on page 81. This was very good. I enjoyed reading some of it. Very nice. Why is my screen blurry? I don't know. Maybe it's there's not enough light. I don't know. No, does this make things better? Um, Maybe it's the lack of light. If I have it this way, maybe, and then I remember to put it back the way it was. Okay. Mm, I hope this is better. Hey, this was very good. Honestly, I loved this one. Oh, the next one is going to be very practical, I assume. It's entitled Defining Good and Bad Values. Um, I like. Okay, Sean, thanks for liking. He says zero. Zero what? I don't know if I need to clean my screen again. I think it's fine. It's not my screen, right? I think I'm good. Yeah. Defining good and bad values. I want to read this. And then it's the fifth chapter. 2.5 pages of defining good and bad values. I'm sure this is interesting. Okay, shall I go on? Okay, what do you think, guys? Shall I go on or that's enough for today? Shall we discover good values and bad values today or maybe next time? Mhm. Okay, I'll just read the first part. Good values are uh, 1. Reality based, 2. Socially constructive, and 3. Immediate and controllable. Interesting. This is interesting. The last one, especially immediate and controllable. Okay, we'll discover what he means, but one of the things I do apart from teaching and coaching is I write grant projects for nonprofits. I work on one with one nonprofit for transgender people, uh, and the donors they also want this. Like if you present a value, they'll ask you how are you going to measure your success, how are you going to measure your progress. So they want this immediacy or even more control? Do you have control over it or not? You know, and if you're not able to justify how you're going to, suppose you write, I want to combat discrimination, I want to destroy stereotypes. How are you going to measure that? Is it measurable? You know, there is this in the world of business, there is this abbreviation SMART. Each letter stands for something. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound, you know, SMART. And you want your projects, your ideas in business, even in the world of nonprofit, to be smart, you know. Sean says, "If I see you live, I'm gonna watch." Thank you, Sean. Yeah, I bring a lot of value. Yes, I'm 35 years old. I've been working on myself, like on my personal development, on my professional development for around 15 years and more. You know, I attended different seminars and stuff, so I have things to share. So yeah, you will extract some value from my life. So yeah, again, every time, yes, those comments are helpful also. So comment, like, super like if you have the option to do so. So support me any way you can, and you can share my live, on your social media. That will be also a good way of supporting. You can just say, hey guys, this person has some interesting and useful ideas. Just come and watch. Yeah, he's reading a book, yeah, which contains interesting things. Okay, he gave us good values. Hmm. And bad values are superstitious, socially destructive, and not immediate or controllable. Hey, I really want to read this chapter in French. They say j'ai hâte de découvrir. I can't wait to do that. Yeah, but I leave it for the next session. Okay. Uh, nice book. Contains some interesting stuff. Oh yeah, Sean says. Okay, so thanks for being with me, everyone. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to it, and also watch and like and comment on under a few videos so that the algorithms of YouTube understand that you're interested in my content. With each like, each view, each comment, you tell the algorithm that you want to be notified when I'm live again. You see, so that's important both for my channel and for you, if you like Sean. Yeah, if you want that to see my for lives in the future, do that. Okay, okay. Sean wants me to read the Bible. Oh, I sub. He said, "Oh, Sean subscribed." Thank you, Sean. Thanks a lot. Sending a high five to your way. Well, we are already reading a book, Sean. This one, they are, and it's very good. After I'm done, well, we'll pick another book. The Bible. I could read some passages from the Bible. I don't promise I'll read the whole thing. It's huge, you know. And also, again, if you're Christian, I am going to be very critical about the Bible. Okay, so I'm not sure if you'll enjoy that. Mm. And I'm not very militant. I'm not interested in turning you atheist, you know. That's your choice. I made my choice, you made yours, I respect yours. So I don't see value. Oh, he says I'm not Christian. Okay, okay, so it won't hurt your feelings. Okay, maybe one day, why not? We could take something. I'm not sure if I have the Bible somewhere here. Well, I could maybe comment on some stories from the Bible if you're interested in that. I'm Buddhist. Oh, okay. Yeah, Buddhism is interesting. There was a very good book. What was the title? I have it on this channel, I think, you know. I read some passages from a Buddhist book and it was so interesting. I don't remember the author's name, but if you go through it's not alive. I think I uploaded that video. I think it wasn't alive, so it's not in the lives section, you know. But it was a very nice book. It was very thin and short. It was written in Sri Lanka by a Buddhist priest. No, I can't remember. Rahula Walpola. Oh, that I remember the name of the author. Rahula Walpola. If you Google it, uh, you might find his book online. I think it is, yeah, available online too. That was a very interesting piece of literature. It gives a very clear understanding on Buddhism, you know. So yeah, that's very interesting. So thank you everyone for being with me. Namaste to our Buddhist and Hindu friends, and yeah, see you next time. Okay, again, high five, and see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye bye.